This kid came to us with extreme behavioral issues, attentional issues, a lot of learning issues. And I want to show you guys the deficits that we see in these kids. And also, we did an intensive with him. So I'm going to show you his primitive reflexes prior and after. So whenever kids come in with these deficits, we typically find a few different things. We find a few different primitive reflexes that shouldn't be there. We find balance issues, and we typically find eye tracking issues. So I'm going to show you those here. So this first video, we're looking at what's called an asymmetrical tonic neck reflex. When we're turning his head, you can see his arms are dropping out on both sides there. When we go side to side, his arms drop out. That should go away right around 6 months of life. After a 4-day intensive, you can see now as we turn his head, his arms don't drop out anymore. That reflex, as it goes away, it plays a lot into the ability for both sides of our brain to connect efficiently. It plays a lot into our eyes to track efficiently from side to side. It plays a lot into our balance centers, plays a lot into like catching a ball in athletic activities. And then secondly, a reflex that plays a lot into behavioral issues is a startle reflex. And this is what's called a moral reflex or a startle reflex. It should go away right around 3 to 4 months of life or turn into a more appropriate startle reflex called the Strauss reflex. You can see he has a big response to that. In the second video, you can see that he no longer has that large response, and meaning that that sensory stimulus isn't as large of a stimulus to his brain anymore. He's integrating that sensory information more appropriately. That's going to allow him in everyday life to integrate the sensory information coming in more appropriately, so the world isn't so bright and abrasive and overwhelming for him, and allow him to produce better responses to his environment or better behavioral responses to his environment. And you can also see here his balance is a really big challenge. And with all the testing that we do here as well, you're going to see that balance is a really big issue. And as we go through this week of intensive, we're able to see that his balance is actually improving with our objective measurements and also with our eye tracking objective measurements. You're seeing those systems start to improve. And what we'll see over the next 6 weeks is his behaviorally, things will start improving and he'll be able to better self-regulate as well.